Just hit live on this and realised something about the Halikar Wraith. It is tradable, yes, at which point I would usually jump back into the game and sit right here trying to see if I can buy it so I can, with platinum, so I can keep a hold of the ducats for when I need them, because let's be honest at this point, have not opened a lot of Rivens for a long time. The problem here comes with the fact I haven't got any platinum, so you can guess where we're off to now, can't you? Yep. Oh, it's not there. It would be easier to trade it if I could. I have 65 platinum. The Halikar Wraith does have more crit chance, more damage, more status, same attack speed as the normal one. Charge throw is basically just a better version. Costs 450 ducats. If this has gone, it is of course still tradable. To trade it, you have to basically trade that version of it. By that, of course, I do mean unranked, uncatalyst, untouched version of it. If you put a single mastery point in it, if you put a catalyst in it, you cannot trade this thing to other players. It has to be, you buy it, you leave it in your inventory, and that's about it. I think I have a few prisma. Yeah, I have a prisma scanner I am about ready to get rid of just for that exact reason, but you can see more crit chance, more crit multiplier. Ooh, more slam attack. I didn't see that one. Slide attack has gone up. The crit chance on the throw has gone up. The heavy attack's gone up. This thing is exactly what a Wraith or a Prisma weapon or a Vandal weapon or a Prime weapon is supposed to be. Better in every way. Not worse in any way. Better in every single way. How many polarities do you have? 3. Ooh, wow. Okay, so you may have to format this one once. Just once. And you may put in whichever one of these you seem fit. I don't know. I'm just putting that one in because I usually go for Astral Twilight. But that's not bad at all, actually. Best thing about this melee weapon, if you throw it at an enemy who has a weapon, a gun, not the infested, though it will still make the noise, it's just kind of weird. Oh, I need to be a bit closer. I should have added range to this. It will disarm that enemy, which is great because, well, it just is. That is the whole point of this. So when you are fighting Grenier who are using this weapon, and they throw it at you and steal your weapon, you can now do the same thing and it will disarm them. It doesn't fully disarm them though. What it does is it takes their guns off them. They will then pull out a melee weapon and then you can just take them down any way you see fit. Probably shouldn't have taken this up against level 180 plus. Ah, you're annoying. Get off the map. Get off the map. Off the map. You know what? Give me this. Ha! Dual wield. I love dual wielding. It is weird, but also fun at the same time. This thing ended up being way better than the standard one. Yes, granted. The range has gone from 4.9 to 5.1. The blast has gone from 894 to 1314. Everything about it is just better. The crit multiplier for the charged throw is higher, the status is higher, the blast damage on it is higher, all base damage of it is higher, the status is higher. It is just better in every single way. That's literally about it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It just does it better. And this is one weapon that I have seen a lot of people love this thing because of what it can do. It is one of the glaives that is really good at what it does. It's meant for disarming targets, and it does it effectively. You see, in my mind, I still can't get over the fact the Kestrel kind of still exists. I kind of wish this was a much better version of that because it has no crit, it has no status, its damage kind of sucks. It's not that good of a throwing weapon, but it has the ability to knock down enemies. It can also hook enemies, and this thing when it first came out was great for taking out some of the older bosses that now no longer exist, because you could kind of push them into a void using this, and that would be the boss fight over because you've knocked them into the void and they're gone. Was tempted on adding range and lots of other things to it, but honestly I just kind of put all elemental mods on this. There is Prime Pressure Point, I have True Steel on it, Primed Reach, hang on a second, then Toxin using the dual stat mods and the base damage mods. It's this one. This can all be changed. I mean, this was just kind of the throw it on and go, wow, okay, I still have 11 points available. A Riven would go really good on this, or swapping out the two dual stat mods and increasing the crit multiplier even more, or increasing the crit even more, would work wonders. The only reason I'm mentioning build is because this came in so useful. Minus bounce is something I always tend to throw on my throwing melee weapons because there's nothing worse than throwing it out and having a crowd of enemies around you. You can't attack anymore because you are basically disarming yourself. So having the minus bounce means it comes back quicker, you can attack enemies with it more, but this added a blast radius to it and increased the chance of its exploding. It disables punch through, but hey, you don't want punch through on this anyway because it's meant to disarm enemies, so volatile quick return. That's one of the reasons why I kept falling over while using this weapon, because it's obviously exploding in your face. Definitely got to add, if you're adding crit chance, you have to add crit multiplier. I'm just torn if I'm going to forma this or not, and I really want to try this with a Riven before I settle down on what kind of build I'm actually going to put on this. But wow, 13, nearly 14 for the heavy damage, 13,928.4. Yeah, the heavy attack on this, if you can land it properly, is great. The bounce attack, even though I have it set to minus, was over 5,000 damage. I really didn't expect this thing to have as much damage as it had. Plus, for it being a throwing weapon, a single-handed one, if you use a single-handed secondary, you can use this at the same time, even though I honestly haven't actually done this. I've just been using this as a throwing weapon, and I found about level 90 it kind of put us out, but it still works beyond that, but just a lot less efficiently. As do all melee weapons, sadly. It can be a lot more powerful than it is. I just really need to change the crit and then everything will be much better with this. But for now, I think we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.